Geneva is a city in Ontario and Seneca counties in the U.S. state of New York. It is located at the northern end of Seneca Lake. All land portions of the city are within Ontario County. The water portions are in Seneca County. The population was 13,261 at the 2010 census. Some claim it is named after the city and canton of Geneva in Switzerland. Others believe the name came from the word Seneca. The main settlement of the Seneca was spelled Zoncio by early white settlers, and was described as being 2 miles north of Seneca Lake. The city lies within the town of Geneva. The city identifies as the lake trout capital of the world. History. The area was long occupied by the Seneca tribe, who established a major village of Canada-Sagar here by 1687. The British helped fortify the village against the French of Canada during the 7 Years' War. Later they added defensive fortifications against the Americans during the Revolutionary War. During the latter warfare, the punitive Sullivan expedition of 1779 mounted by rebel forces destroyed many of the dwellings, as well as the winter stores of the people, and they abandoned the ruins. Following the war and cession of the land by the Seneca, European Americans settled here about 1793. They developed a town encouraged by the Pulteney Association, which owned the land and was selling plots. At the conclusion of the Revolutionary War, Lt. Col. Seth Reed, who had fought at Bunker Hill, was one of many pioneers who moved from Massachusetts into Ontario County. By trade with the Seneca, he bought a tract of land 18 miles in extent. This occurred in 1787, while his wife Hannah stayed in Uxbridge, Massachusetts with their family. Seth Reed moved his wife Hannah and the family to Geneva, Ontario County, New York in the winter of 1790. The settlement at Geneva was not yet permanent. The Seneca continued to harass European Americans on the frontier. In 1795, Reed and his family removed to Erie, Pennsylvania, where they became the earliest European American settlers there. The village of Geneva was incorporated in 1806, 1812, and 1871, formally separating it from the surrounding area of Geneva town. Later the village became a city. Geography. The town is at the 2-mile-wide northern outlet of Seneca Lake, a lake that spans 34 miles south to Watkins Glen. Geneva is located in the Finger Lakes region, the largest wine-producing area in New York State. The Cayuga-Seneca Canal is part of the watershed of Coker Lake. It flows north through Geneva, connecting to the Erie Canal, which was completed in 1825, giving access for the region to the Great Lakes and Midwestern markets for their produce, as well as to buy natural resource commodities. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 5.8 square miles. 4.3 square miles of it is land and 1.6 square miles of it is water. Geneva is connected via the east-west US 20, concurrent with NY 5. NY 14 is a north-south highway through the city. It is fairly equidistant from Rochester and Syracuse, each being about 45 miles away. Cityscape. Seneca Street, Geneva. Pulteney Park, Geneva. South Main Street, Geneva. Lake Trout Capital of the World sign, routes 5 and 20, Geneva. Belhurst Castle in Geneva. Geneva on the lake. View of Seneca Lake from S. Main Street. View of Seneca Lake from Geneva. Government. Geneva uses a mayor-council form of government. The mayor is elected at large. The council consists of 8 members. 6 are elected from one of 6 wards. The other 2 are elected at large. Ronald L. Orcock is the current mayor of the city of Geneva, winning the seat after having served as councillor at large for a 4-year term immediately preceding the November 2011 citywide election. Education. The Geneva City School District operates the local public primary and secondary schools. The district has two elementary schools, North Street School and West Street School. The district's secondary schools are Geneva Middle School and Geneva High School. Private schools include Children's Hours School, a private school for toddlers through first grade. Its enrollment is about 27 students. The current director is Ms. Mary Bowler. St. Francis Street Stevens School, a Roman Catholic elementary school that teaches grades Pre-K-8 in Geneva. The current principal is Mrs. Mary Mantelli. Rose Academy, a school of experiential learning for grades 1 to 5. The curriculum includes global science, reading AZ program, touchpoint math, art, music, physical education. It was founded by Dr. Lorraine Williams. Colleges and universities include Hobart and William Smith Colleges, the successor institution to Geneva College. Demographics. As of the census of 2000, there were 13,617 people, 5,014 households, and 2,933 families residing in the city. The population density was 3,199.5 inhabitants per square mile. There were 5,564 housing units at an average density of 1,307.4 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 81.52% white, 10.22% African American, 0.25% Native American, 1.23% Asian, 0.05% Pacific Islander, 3.39% from other races, and 3.34% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 8.50% of the population. There were 5,014 households, out of which 29.5% had children under the age of 18 living with them. 38.6% were married couples living together. 15.9% had a female householder with no husband present, and 41.5% were non-families. 34.1% of all households were made up of individuals, and 14.8% had someone living there alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.35 and the average family size was 3.03. In the city, the population was spread out, with 23.2% under the age of 18, 18.9% from 18 to 24, 24.3% from 25 to 44, 18.1% from 45 to 64, and 15.5% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 32 years. For every 100 females there were 87.4 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 84.5 males. The median income for a household in the city was $31,600, and the median income for a family was $41,224. Males had a median income of $31,315 versus $23,054 for females. The per capita income for the city was $15,609. About 13.7% of families and 17.5% of the population were below the poverty line, including 27.2% of those under age 18 and 7.8% of those age 65 or over. Tourism. One of the major industries in and around Geneva is winemaking. The area is becoming increasingly popular for agritourism. There are over 100 wineries in the Finger Lakes region, and the Seneca Lake Wine Trail provides easy access to many of these from Geneva. As Geneva grows as a tourist destination, so do the number of rooms available. In 2015, the National Civic League chose Geneva as one of 10 cities from across the country to receive its annual All-America City Award. Notable people: Debita Arudo, Dave Waldwinkle, English teacher, author and activist in Japan. Elizabeth Blackwell studied here, graduating from the medical school at what was then Geneva College in 1849. She was the first woman qualified as a medical doctor in the United States. Travie McCoy, frontman of the alternative hip-hop group Gym Class Heroes. Cynthia DeFelice, children's book author. Timothy Diduro, drummer for the American rock bands Skid Row and Slaughter. Arthur Dove, artist. Charles J. Folger, lawyer, jurist and statesman. Libby Gill, business coach and consultant. Gym Class Heroes, music group. Michael Hashem, jazz musician. Thomas Hillhouse, farmer, banker and statesman. UP. Hedrick, horticulturist, experiment station scientist 1905–47, director 1928–37. Robert Holley, Nobel Prize winner in science, 1968. Experiment station scientist 1948–58. John H. Hobart, Episcopal Bishop of New York, founded Geneva College, namesake of Hobart, Wisconsin. Lauren Holly, actress. David Hudson, lawyer, writer and statesman. Luther Sage, Yellowstone, Kelly. Sioux War Indian Scout, a Western hunter and adventurer, and government administrator. Born in Geneva on July 27, 1849. Buried in Billings, Montana at Kelly Mountain. Michael Muhammad Knight, author. Scott LaFaro, influential jazz bassist, most notably with the first Bill Evans Trio. Christine Lavin, folk singer. John Nicholas, former U.S. Congressman. Robert C. Nicholas, former New York State Senator. John Raines, former U.S. Congressman. Seth Reed, Lt. Colonel who fought at Bunker Hill, early settler of Geneva, was instrumental in adding E pluribus unum to U.S. coins, and founded Erie, Pennsylvania in 1795. Robert L. Rose, former U.S. Congressman. William Smith, entrepreneur, namesake of William Smith College. Mark Thornton, economist, author, libertarian politician. Jerry Wall, Medal of Honor recipient in the American Civil War. Marshall P. Wilder, humorist. Wilma and the Dukes, R&B band. William W. Wright, politician.